Welcome to the Trading Lounge. I'd love to share with you the trades I made today on my journey to 100K, where I try to take this small account to $100,000 as fast as possible as a rookie day trader. I started this journey back in December. I'd love to be able to reach that goal in a year, so hopefully by December, but it's going a lot slower than I thought. I think it's only about, with the amount of trading days we have left, I think it's only about 2% of my buying power a day to ensure that I get that mark. I did not hit that mark today, and I haven't really set up the tracker to really track that, but that's kind of what's been on my mind lately. Like 2% a day on my buying power doesn't seem like it'd be that difficult to go at. So I might change the tracker to reflect that. But anyway, today we are green, not by much. And it was another one of those days with like a bloodbath, man. All eyes were on a couple stocks that I wasn't interested in, and then any new stock that popped up just kind of came down, and it was pretty crazy out there. Let's first go over the scanner that I've been using. This is Charts Watcher. I have enjoyed this scanner, and I had some issues with the charts last week or the week before, and since I haven't had any issues. Like this week, it's been pretty flawless. Very happy about that because I had considered making a switch. I actually even canceled my subscription because I was going to make the switch back to Day Trade Dash, or a combination of just the scanner and then using TraderView charts. But it's been pretty fluid today, and so I'm going to hold on to it for a while. We're going to keep rocking this. It's been fluid this week, so excuse me. But yeah, we got a running up scanner for pennies, top gainers for small caps, running up scanner for everything that's not a penny, high of day momentum, and then we've got the quotes and the news here. Again, really love this scanner. And then the charts that you're going to see here are part of the scanner. So they're TradingView charts. It functions very similar to Day Trade Dash charting. So if you're from Day Trade Dash and you want to try something different, this is a pretty cool thing to try. And there's also a 14-day return policy. I'm not affiliated with the company. I don't have any codes or anything like that, no affiliate codes, but you should give it a try if you're thinking about making a switch. So we're green $5.49. I still have some buying power left because I didn't feel comfortable trading the stock anymore. And let's kind of see what happens throughout the day. Maybe we can do something in the afternoon. But and then I made 2 trades today, and the rest were like little tiny test trades. So if you've been following along, I've been kind of like just little tiny trades, testing out theories, and I'm not really counting those for the most part. I don't know how I feel about that. But here's the thing. How am I supposed to pull the metrics for trading if I'm not, like, I understand uploading all your stuff to get your metrics. So before I started this journey, I documented all my trades in ChatGPT, and I had it ask me like 10 questions, and then every week I'd have it spit out a report. And that's how I have a better understanding of what I should and shouldn't be trading. And now I kind of want to put my metrics into a system again, but like if I'm only restricting myself to what my metrics showed before as the things that I'm profitable on and not trying to expand outside of that, then what are the metrics really going to tell me? Like I'm like a believer, like more is better. So that way, like I need to be trying more things to get a better understanding of what the metrics are going to, like I just need more of a pool for the metrics to spit out to me. So I'm taking like little small trades on things I don't normally trade, like, trading triple tops and few things like that's what I did today. And just little odds and ends to kind of learn, and I'm not really counting them as wins or losses. My risk on them is usually like $1 or like 50 cents or something like that, so it's not a huge deal, but I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I don't know if it feels clean. Like, should I be counting all these little trades, little tiny little trades I'm trying? I don't know. Right now, I'm not counting them. But I'll see how I feel about that. So this is let's go over the couple of stocks that hit the scanner today. So, this one here, let me go to auto. Where are you? Hey. Oh, auto up here. There we go. It was, this one here was the one that had all the dang attention today. Yeah, that worked. That's fine. So let's escape here. So this is the one that had all the attention today. The issue I had with this stock is that it had no breaking news. AHMA, is the name. And I was actually watching it right here, right? here, actually where this line is now. That's kind of funny. So right in this zone, let me pull this up. Where are you? Right here. Right here. Was that it? No. It was right here. It was this one. Right here is kind of where I was watching it in this zone. And there was a double top here. And so I don't know, I marked off some lines. I was really interested above this level 196 and then definitely above 216. But because there was no breaking news, it doesn't fit my rules. By the way, what are my rules, right? So let's go over that real quick. Here's my rules. It's got to be low float. Anything under 20 million, definitely under 10 million, love under 5 million. Breaking news, initial breakout with volume, and I'll show you that specifically today. Price range of $1 to $8 unless it's very clear. And then the entry is the first candle to make a new high after a pullback, and no continuation trades right at 4 a.m. Breaking news at 4 a.m., totally fine. That's what I traded yesterday. So those are my rules I'm following. So anything outside of this entry, right, first candle to make a new high after pullback, is outside of my rule set. And so this stock didn't fit my rules, but I was watching, this area right here, and there was a double top here, and as soon as this candle crossed back over that double top, it just popped, and then it kind of kept going, and it was either there or it could have been here. It might have been here. I think it was here, actually. This is where I saw it. I was watching here and here. We get this nice double top, and I had thought about going in right there because I had my eyes on it, but not on this account, not right now. It doesn't follow the rules, right? And then there's another stock that popped up, a GLMD, and you can see here, this is what was happening with a lot of stocks today because all the attention was on, I think it was a couple stocks. AHMA was definitely one of them. But this thing kind of pops up, taps 70 cents, pulls back, and then gaps down. There was no volume, by the way, on this. That's one of the issues. There was no liquidity here. So it just gapped right down and then just proceeded to do its thing. Now, someone in Discord asked me, by the way, this is something I said in Discord. I'm like, yo, I might just walk away. This is looking nasty. There was a lot of pop and drops today, and it was nasty. But then someone asked me, healing trades asked me, what made you stay away? Was it a penny? Was it because it was a penny stock? And I said, I saw no entry. So we're going to go over a couple of the things I looked at today and why I didn't enter. But the entry that I would have been looking for here on this stock, first of all, it needed more volume. It didn't have enough volume. So what I needed to see specifically on this stock was volume, obviously, but I needed to see this candle, this red candle right here. I needed to see it open here, not gap down. Open here, maybe have a little pullback, and then shoot up, and then my entry would have been right there. So just over 70 cents. That would have been my entry. Now, if it would have opened here, pulled back, and then the next green candle, let's just say this wasn't a gap down, but let's just say it was a green candle followed by red candle. And then if this next green candle opens and passes over the top of this, I could be a buyer. Not in this instance. I'm just using it as examples. It doesn't have to be the first leg up. It can be the first few legs up. So that's the entry I was looking for there. And then we also had ATLN this morning. And this one, yeah, this is another one. I mean, I had my eyes on this. I was ready to move on it, actually. This had breaking news. It pops up right here. And this is another example of I didn't get in because there was no entry for me here, because I don't get in on this first candle pretty much never in right now in a cold market. I used to in a hot market. I'd get in there all the time. Get out. Green is green, not now. So it comes up, it pulls back, and then I'm watching. Oh, you go over 185? Sure, I'll give it a go. It opens. I don't know. It looks like it maybe went up a little bit, then it came back down. So there's no entry for me there. I need to see this thing pop over here, right? That's just how I like to play it, and that's part of my rules. So, I was watching. Maybe this green candle opens and goes over here. I don't know, but by then the sell volume is too high. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So didn't trade it. AVPO pops up. I think this did the same thing. AVPO. I don't think that's a PVO. There we go. Oops. And this thing did the same thing. Auto. I think. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Now this one actually popped up pretty heavy. It's hard to see it now. I mean, it's easy to see that it popped up, but got the notification kind of in this zone. There's no volume, right? And that's kind of the issue. I liked the news. I don't remember what the news was, but I'm like, oh man, this could be good, right? And I'm just waiting for volume to kind of creep in. It doesn't really creep in. It pops up to 684 and just jackknifes right back down. And I'm like, okay, well, thank God I didn't enter in on that. I would have just got smoked. And then the one that I did trade today was, I'll show you this little test trade I did on 8 ALTN. I did do a little test trade. ALTN. Hello. ATLN. Am I dyslexic? I feel like I don't know something going on here, you know? I got in on this at, I did a test trade. The whole goal with these test trades right now is to simulate if a move doesn't do what I want it to do, getting out right away. I actually failed miserably at that today, and I'm going to show you. Like, I was trying to do it, but I didn't do it fast enough in most cases. I think this first one was okay. I think I was okay with this first one. Yeah, I lost like 6 inches share here on this small thing. So, but I went in right here. So, where was it? Oh yeah. So yeah, this comes up, and then there's no entry here. This candle doesn't make a new high. I should have entered right here. So I was looking for a first candle to make a new high on a little pullback, but as just a small little test trade, because I didn't like what happened here. Right? I'm not going to go all into my buying power. I'm just testing. It's okay to test. Should have went in right here, and I didn't. So I decided I was going to wait until this candle broke this level instead. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to do that, because what we're typically looking for on something like this would be this. So let's put a line here. So we're at 147. This candle opens right at the top, and see, I should be kind of in this right away if I'm playing the pullback strategy. And then what you're doing is you're trying to get out. You're trying to take your profit right there at 155. So 147 to 155, it goes beyond that. Great. So that just wasn't a great move. Now, when I recognized it wasn't going to pop over 155, I got out right away. So to me, for the testing purposes, that was a win. Now let's go into the stock that I did trade today, ERNA. And I traded this. This one will be easy for me to see because it's really unfortunate. I actually have a video of this trade. We'll go over it after we're done here. Wait, is this the wrong stock? It is, of course it is, because we all know how I function here. ERNA, right? Yeah. Okay, so this morning, I don't even want to go back and look at that daily chart I just saw. Anyway, so this thing pops up this morning, and initially, we're going to go over this. I'll go over the data, and then I'll just quickly go over the trade. For anyone who wants to hang around and see it, we'll just take a few minutes. You can kind of see what I was thinking. So this first candle that pops up right here there's just no volume. And again, that's the great thing about Charts Watcher is the news comes early, and that's wonderful. Or the alerts come really, really early in the candles. I mean, I'm watching this thing fairly early, and it pops up and has this huge jackknife. We'll topping tail, whatever you want to call that. And then this candle opens, comes down, it kind of flirts around a little bit, and then there ends up being a tweezer top before this candle finishes. And then it runs right by me because I didn't like the tweezer top. I didn't like anything I saw on this stock, to be honest with you, here in the beginning. And now I understand why. It was heavily, I don't know if there's a lot of shorting going on, but it was, looking afterwards, it's pretty shortable. And so you kind of saw that all day. So then I'm like, well, let me look for another entry, right? And it came down here. This candle came over the top of this. I got in a little bit late. I got out a little bit late, and took a loss on this first trade on this. Took a loss right here. So I tried to get in right here at 580. I ended up getting in at like 604. It jumps up to like 615, comes back down to like 601 or something. I forget where I got it. We'll take a look in a sec. But I took a loss on this trade right here. And this should have been an easy trade for me. And I just kind of fumbled it. I got in a little late, exited a little late, didn't take a profit when I saw it. All the things, right? And I don't know. I think I was expecting it to run up a little higher. And now that I've watched the stock all morning, I kind of know why it didn't do that. It was just really hard. It was just kind of a little grinder. And then from that point on, I started doing some test trades. You can see I marked off this line. Let's see. Yeah. So I think I did like a VWAP trade somewhere in here that didn't work out, and I got out. And then just like a little tiny size. And then right in here, I was trying to there was like this flat top that was happening. So first I thought I saw like a nice little, like what was going to be forming like a cup and handle. I thought maybe this candle would break and kind of go up to this high, and it didn't. I don't really know if that's a cup and handle. That's just kind of what I see. I saw it here, I think, first, like right there, and I just don't think I attempted to take that trade. But the trades I was trying to take were basically the break of this top that I was seeing. And every time I tried to do it, it just got rejected. Again, on small size, right? And so I've never been really good at those kind of trades, to be honest with you, but I wanted to try it. And it just, in every instance, it did not work. And I'll show you that right here, up here. Let me make this bigger. And so again, the lesson here was I was trying to, here's the first trade I took right here. I'm down, $30 or whatever it was. And I'm like, well, I got out. I'm very happy with I got in at 604. I got out at like 689. I mean, I would have loved to have been out sooner there, but I was overall happy with my exit there. I'm like, I didn't lose a whole lot of money here. We got out quick. Like I'm okay with that one. I would have loved to got out a little sooner, and lose a little less. But that's okay. And then on this one here, I got in at, what was this? I bought at six. This is the one I won. So I got it. Yeah, I made $53 right there. Got in at 589. Got out at 610. Great little trade. Very happy with that. And this is one where I think I tested like a VWAP trade or something. I don't remember what it was, but that's a 19-cent difference right there from when I bought and sold. So that's not what I should, like, that's not okay, right? This was me trying to do that flat top, I believe. And then I bought again here at 6.9. Yeah, it was. Then I got in here at 6.19 and it rejected again. And I should have just waited for it to break the top before I went in. I don't know how to do the flat tops. I was just trying to learn, but basically I was trying to test me getting out quickly after I failed my entry, or after my entry failed. And I just didn't get out fast enough, but it was good practice for me. And then here I bought another one at 5. This one I actually did well. My last one of the day I was happy with. So this was 590. And then when I realized it didn't happen, I got out at like 585. So this one I was paying attention to. That was at 924. Let's take a look at what that was going on there. 924, right? Oh, it was a VWAP. Yeah. So this was me trying to go for a VWAP trade. It was like 585 or something like that. I don't remember. So it was in this candle right here. Yeah, right here. And we got this candle. This candle opens. I get in as it breaks VWAP. It doesn't really break, and I get out. And I was happy with that decision. That worked out okay as far as like just getting out fast at that. So while I'm taking a few small losses here, I'm learning and trying to get better at this process, and I don't really want to do it in a sim. So I think overall I lost like a total of like $5 or something in those little tiny trades, or $6 in those tiny trades. But I feel like I'm missing something here that I wanted to cover. I talked about the entries on those trades, and I'll let healing trades know that. And then I also wanted to show you guys something I've been doing in my HSA. And I just took the screenshot of a couple trades I made. This is DAMD. If you look this ticker up, this ticker is a leveraged ticker. I'll pull it up actually. We'll pull it up right here. DAMD. So AMD came out with earnings yesterday, and had a and it kind of went parabolic here. Let's pull this up. Yeah. So this is the what's this called again? Is this the how do you, let me do this. Yeah, daily target short. So short AMD. So basically anytime AMD is in a downward trend, this stock moves up. It's a leveraged ETF. And I've really enjoyed this, and big thanks to David Scott 57 over on Discord. He messaged me this morning as I was about to do this video and let me know that it was running up. And I got in for another trade on it today and made a little bit more money in my HSA. This is the way I like to trade in my HSA. These inverse ETFs after earnings, or SCO for oil, something like that. But so yesterday the earnings come out, and AMD takes a dip. So then this thing actually goes up, and then AMD took off. So this is the stock coming way down after AMD. As AMD is going up, the stock is going down. Then it hits a bottom right here. right in here, starts to climb up here. I took a trade on that in my HSA. And then it hits here. And this is when my buddy messages me, says, hey, it's running up. So I log back in. Oops, sorry. I log back in and I take another trade on it in this zone, right up in this zone right here. And so I'll pull it back over. Now, the one thing about this, I don't do this on the account you're seeing here on the small account because it doesn't fit any of the criteria. But one thing I like about it is that I'm doing it in response to something. So there's a reason why I'm doing it. Like there's earnings and there's a reaction to those earnings. And then I'll usually wait for the counter reaction to those earnings, right? Because a stock is usually going to kind of move back to what its baseline. Now there might be a new baseline created, but it's going to come back to a baseline. And that showed to be true here. Here with this stock, it came back to a baseline. And so took a little trade here where I get in at 348, and then I got out at 253, and then 390, and got out at 396. And I'm fairly new to this, so I don't stand very long. If I see like 5 cents, I'm usually out. And then if it doesn't go your way, you can choose to get out, or you can just kind of dollar cost average down if you think it's going to come back up. So there is obviously risk in all kind of trading. But I like this style of trading for my HSA because it's slow and stress-free. Like this trade took a while and it's just kind of sitting there and I'm just kind of managing it and got a few other things going on and I'm prepping for the video and then I'm kind of looking at it and then I take a profit and I'm done. This is the way that I'm trying to make money in my HSA, not through super volatile, crazy stocks that can go up and down in a split second. So let's pull up the data. I didn't know exactly how to do the data for today. I did add in the $5 that I made today. So we do have we are green on the account so far since December, $1,665. I was hoping for a bigger trade today. I'd love to get this thing closer to 2K. We haven't topped 2K yet. But I have a good feeling about it. I have a good feeling. I just got to stay true to my rules. We've got 116 winners, 72 trade days, and win rate of about 68%. Kind of been hovering around there. I hope you guys were green today. I hope that I was able to display to Healing Trades on the Discord, what my entry points were, why I'm entering when I do, why I didn't enter a couple of those stocks specifically, low volume, no candle over candle high, just the criteria that I really need. And then I'm learning a lot through doing little micro trades, and you guys are going to kind of see that live. That's why I'm doing it on this account and why I'm recording it and why I'm doing it here. Oh, okay. So I'm going to right now, before I let you go, I am going to show you guys the live version of the trade because I want to show you something that I think is important. So for those of you guys who have watched this and looked at the data and you can bounce, but if you want to learn something, if you're looking to learn something, and now the video has gone on long, so I'm going to have to type that in the comment to say, hey, by the way, just hang around the end of the video. There's something for you. So I'm going to pull up a recording of the trade that I made. So let me minimize this and this. And then where is the recording? It's right here. I turned the volume off. And then, okay. So here's where this thing pulls up first on a little bit before this, actually. I mean, we're only in this thing 10 seconds, 14 seconds, into this candle. So the alert came really early. I think it was 5 seconds into this candle. So I'm on the stock. There's no volume. So first thing I see is there is news. I actually thought the news was okay. I haven't actually looked at the news, but as you can see, there is news right here in my Dash Trader for this stock. And then I think it showed up a little bit later in Charts Watcher. I can't remember. It might have been right away. Either way, it hits the scanner and it jumps up to 588 and started at $4, goes up to 588 rather quickly, but there's zero volume. Like we're not even over 10K on these candles, right? So I'm watching this. You're going to see I actually move away from it. I'm going to kind of move through this as quickly as I can here, but I think, can I use play? Let me see if this will work. And then I can just use this. Yeah, okay. So we'll just go through this real quick. Not real quick. It's like 3 minutes long if you guys want to be patient. But so I think another stock pops up right here, and I'm just going to click out of this because I'm like, there's no volume yet. I see some green on the tape. This kind of has me excited, but I'm not going to enter on this candle. So right now the high is 590, and I'm like, okay, if it goes over 590 with some more volume, I'm gonna get in here, right? Now that candle has over 100K volume. So now the volume has creeped in. So I am entertaining it for sure. Excuse me. I mark off a couple lines I'm interested in. Over 585. Wow. Let me take a drink of water. Got something caught in there today. Excuse me. There's going to be something really important here I want you to see. My trade where I made money on, I'm really, really happy with the trade. And there's something to learn here. So now we got the new candle forming. It's red. I'm waiting for something to come up to 590. Volume is starting to creep in but you can see this gap down on this candle right here. Volume's just a little quirky on this thing at the moment. Now towards I think it's going to come up and there's going to be like a tweezer top at 590. Pretty sure that's what happens. Can I skip ahead? I'm going to wait. See, there's me like, I don't even think this stock's going to take off. I go take a look at another stock. And my hope, honestly, at this point is like, okay, anything over 514, right? Now the high is 515. It's right here. And I'm like, okay, great. This is great. This is a little pullback. Now, if the next candle opens and goes over 515, I'm in. Then it starts to kind of take off without me right here. Now, meanwhile, up until this point, the spread is pretty big on this stock, pretty large on this stock. Right now, it's 6 cents. But if you were watching, the spread, it's tough. And here I'm like, okay, well, let's see is it going to go over 590? Let's see what happens. It doesn't go over 590, but now we've got like this kind of tweezer top at the very top. And I'm like, okay, well, we got a tweezer top. By the way, this doesn't look good. I'm like, we got tweezer tops here, tweezer tops here, tweezer top here. Topping tails. You got topping tail here, topping tail here. Now we got a tweezer top. And I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know. But you know what? Hey, the volume profile looks decent here. And there's obviously traction here, and I think if it goes over 590, I might get in. So here we are with, we'll call it 15 seconds left. Right here, I'm thinking, please don't do it now, because I don't like to enter in right at the end of a candle. My hope was that the next candle started, and then it would go over 590, and I would have totally entered in right there. But when it does this, and it happened either yesterday or last week, I hesitate, and I don't like to get in. And I'll probably work on that because there's no reason not to get in. It fits the criteria, right? It ends up going over 590 on this candle. So once this candle right here goes over this candle, I'm a buyer. But because of this double top, I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. I needed another candle to open and have this kind of shoot through. That's what I wanted to see. So anyway, in a second here, you're going to see it bust right through. You're right there. There's a bunch of volume that happens on the tape, a bunch of green on the tape. Like, there's 10 seconds left in this candle. This is where I should have entered as the volume starts to kind of really creep in here. And I really wanted to see a brand new candle form, and that's just me, and that's just one of those things. Maybe if I was running like 30-second candles or something, I don't know. I do feel I missed an opportunity here. This was my trade today, and I missed it. This was my opportunity. It goes all the way up to $7, I think, from right here. Just boom, 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 boom. And I fix my chart. So there, it tops at $7, and we're not even over yet with this minute. Now, you can see right here, we got a big seller on the ask, and it's the same MEMX. This is anything new, right? And this is not like a real seller. This person is trying to spoof us into leaving the trade, and it works. You're going to see this MEMX, this same 300-ish order pop in and out as we go through this. You're going to see it right there, 336. Now what they'll do is they'll pull it out, put it back in, pull it out, put it back in, or they'll move it up and down. And sometimes they'll get caught. And I don't know if it's them getting caught or if they actually want to leave it there, whoever's doing it, if they want to leave it there in that moment strategically. I think it's a little bit of both. And they're going to get caught, or they leave it there here in a second. That's where I go in. But right here, you see, just keep watching right here. We don't even need to watch this anymore. All I'm seeing is this, and this is telling me I'm not buying right now. So that's at 640. Right now, the high of this candle is like 640. Looks like 653. I'm like, okay, if the next candle opens and shoots above this candle, I'll go in. But I have this dude up here, right here. It keeps peeking in 668. Preventing this thing from going any higher. And I think I can skip ahead a little bit here. Hold on a sec. Can I do without right here? Yeah. So he he's there pretty much the entire time. Okay, is this where I took the trade? Yeah, let's back this up. This is the candle where I took the trade. So we're going to back this up right here. All right. We're going to see him. So here the new candle forms, and I'm like, okay, if this goes over here and I see an opportunity, I might not, right? So we've got green buying here. We've got selling here. Now the selling is actually lower than this green candle. Obviously not holistically, but we're in a downward trend with the selling volume. So my theory here is that if this thing opens and it goes above this candle, I will be a buyer. As long as I don't see that guy as long as I see green on the tape and I don't see the spoof seller, but you'll see here in just a second, he keeps popping up. And see, I'm got my mouse over this. I'm trying to get the high, which is like 590-ish, 94. I forget exactly what it was. 587, 585, somewhere around there. And then let me back this up. Oh, wait, this was the first trade I took on it. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, so this is the first trade I took on it right here. I'm like, this isn't going how I thought it would. So it breaks the high. The high is like 587. You're going to see the candle move over right there. I try to get in. It moves fast. I didn't get a great entry. I'm in at 604. But you're going to see right here, it's going to show you I'm in at 604. It's going to show you right there. And then I'm going to be green right away. So let's see. Actually, I wasn't green right away. The order took too long to get in to kind of register, and it wouldn't have been an easy flip for me just looking at the data now. I think it does come up right here past 604. Yeah, not really, So I'm seeing a little bit of and I see that guy pop in right there. So right here, right at 690. You can just watch right here. Because I'm thinking at this point it might still go. Right here I could have taken, was I down $3? There he is. He pops in right there. That's my sign to exit. Out I go. And so I leave. That was my first trade. And it was really unfortunate. So let's move ahead to the next trade. I'm trying to remember where this is. Right here. Right here. Yeah. All right. So you can see at 590, this guy is right here. Right? And this has been happening. It's right around like 590. Now what you're going to see is you're going to see here in a minute. This 590, it's going to pop up to the top and it's going to start getting taken out. Buyers are going to try to buy through this. When I see this number, because at this point, it's just been coming up and dropping off, coming up and dropping off. But when I see it starts to get taken out by buyers, I get in. And we're going to see that right here. There it is. Started at 3 something. It already blinked. So you have all these buyers right here. Big buyer, 5,000, 1,500 to 590. They're buying this up. So right now it's 327, but it popped down to like 190. So just keep your eyes right here and just watch that climb down. And this is, so at 327, there, 156. Now it's at 93. I decided to buy. I buy right there. I bought right there before it even has a chance to break that 590. I see buyers try to buy through this. I got in. You're going to see it pop right here. Pop, and I take a profit. Pops to, I'm in at 589. It pops to like 618. I end up getting out at like 610. Pretty much getting out right away when I saw the movement. Actually, that's not true. I actually held on a little bit. No, I got out pretty quickly. I wish I wouldn't have got out right away, but we've got this big seller showing up, and so I just took my profit right away. Like, I don't know that it's going to go up to 624. Watch a show? I don't know. Can you give me just 1 minute to finish this up, and then I'll come down and talk to you? Okay, bud. And that was for me. Yes, sir. Is Declan here?
Not yet.
He's gonna come?
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk to. Is Mommy still here? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna talk to.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to Mommy just a second. Okay, I'm almost done. Love you, bud. All right, sounds good. For me personally, this is a really good trade. Because a lot of times the big seller will come in and just scare everyone away, but sometimes traders will buy through it, and a lot of times I'll miss those pops. And so I was really watching, and I was literally looking for that, and saw it get eaten up, bought it, and took the profit right away and got out. So for me, honestly, I didn't have a very big day today. I think I'm up $10 here at this point, and then I used like $5 to play around. I missed the initial entry, didn't feel comfortable about it. But for me, today was actually a pretty big win. One sec, Bodie. Okay, 1 second, Bodie. I'll be there in just a minute, kiddo. Like that's a big win. That to me is a really big win, even though I don't have a really big green day. And some of those small micro trades I took, kind of took away from that a little bit. Like I didn't get out fast enough, but I'm going to keep practicing that. I'm going to keep burning a little bit of cash. When I'm green, I'm going to burn, $10 on tiny, tiny trades, really trying to train myself to see something and just try to get out right away if it doesn't work and train my body to do that, my mind to do that. Anyway, I hope you guys were green today. Here we are 35 minutes in, much longer than I thought was going to happen today. If you stuck around this entire time, God bless you. Even if you didn't, I hope you have a great day. Cheers.